Netflix's Unfamiliar Season 2 will happen on one condition, says TV show producer Andreas Bareiss. Unfamiliar producer Andreas Bareiss has revealed that Season 2 of the new Netflix hit will happen under one condition. The new espionage thriller has captured Netflix audiences since its release on February 5. The German-language series has quickly shot up the streaming charts, sitting, at the time of writing, as the Bond TV show on the platform globally. Even though the show has only been on streaming for a matter of days, questions about whether it will get a second go-round have already surfaced. In a new interview with The Spot, Unfamiliar producer Andreas Bareiss broke down what would happen for a Season 2 to get the green light. "We would very much like to continue the series," Bareiss remarked, admitting that ultimately, the viewers will decide whether it gets picked up or not. And of course, you want to continue with the series? Andreas Bareiss: "Of course, we would very much like that, and I assume that Netflix would also be interested. But at the end of the day, the viewers will decide." He continued, describing the success the series has already seen by saying, "Of course, a German-language series should first and foremost appeal to its domestic audience, but it's also desirable for us that success beyond national borders is conceivable." Is the stated goal that the series should also be an international success? Andreas Bareiss: "Of course, a German-language series should first and foremost appeal to its domestic audience. But it's also desirable for us that, given the scale of Unfamiliar, success beyond national borders is conceivable. You never know what might happen. When, for example, Barbarians temporarily reached #1 on the Netflix charts in Brazil, we could hardly believe it. This is not all that dissimilar to other international Netflix hits like 2025's The Glass Dome, as audience size is ultimately the bar with which the streamer measures success. And it is not as though the creative team behind the series is at a loss for ideas for future stories." Gaumont, the production company behind Unfamiliar, Sabine Demart told Deadline, "We have lots of ideas for various seasons," adding that they are confident audiences will find the series and like it. "We have lots of ideas for various seasons. The audience will decide in the end, but I'm confident that they will decide the right way." Unfamiliar Season 1 is now streaming in its entirety on Netflix. The new German series follows husband and wife Simon and Mary Schaefer, Felix Kramer and Suzanne Wolf, as they are pulled back into their past life of espionage after their deep cover is blown. The 6-episode series is just one of several big-name releases coming to Netflix this year. Read more about Netflix's 2026 slate here. Coming off of Unfamiliar Season 1, the fate of the series has quickly become a hot topic among fans. At the time of writing, a second batch of episodes has not been announced as of yet, but that does not mean one is not coming, as both Andreas Bareiss and Sabine Demart, two producers behind the series, mentioned whether a second season happens will ultimately depend on whether people watch Season 1, and, at least in early goings, they have been doing exactly that. Unfamiliar Season 1 has proven to be one of Netflix's first streaming hits of the year. Just 6 days after its initial release, the series sits at the top of the global TV show on the service. It has occupied the #1 position in several big-name territories, including Brazil, Greece, and the Netherlands. Of course, all this is based on just 6 days of data, so a lot could change, but its Season 2 prospects are looking good in release week. If it can maintain this level of popularity across the globe for several more weeks, then Netflix would almost surely have to look its way for a Season 2 greenlight.